So we just got our second trailer for The Matrix Resurrections coming out on December 22nd. And before we get started, before I play this trailer, don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below at the bottom of the screen and in the description below. So don't forget to do that while you're at it. And with that said, let's do this.
We can't see it, but we're all trapped inside these strange repeating loops.
Millions of people just living out their lives.
Knew it.
Oblivious.
Oh.
But this is the moment for you to show us what is real.
Who?
I remember this.
Hmm?
So deja vu. And yet it's
Oh.
obviously all wrong. Maybe this isn't the story we think it is.
They taught you good. Made you believe their world was all you deserved. But some part of you knew that was a lie. Some part of you remembered what was real.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head.
That sounds familiar.
It's the same kind of noise.
Buzz cut Neo? Oh.
What happens to Neo?
Awesome. Is that the thing?
The most important choice in Neo's life.
Oh.
It's not his to make.
She believed in me. It's my turn to believe in her.
Okay, interesting.
It feels like I've been waiting my whole life for you.
Oh.
You want to see Trinity again?
Oh. Ooh.
I saw this in a dream.
Hmm. I guess that's Trinity.
My dream ended here.
Nice. Oh. Woo.
I still know Kung Fu.
Yeah, you do. All right, so that was the second trailer for the movie. Before I give you my thoughts on it, don't forget to let me know down below in the comment section, what did you think about the trailer for this movie? And I would also like to know how excited you are for this movie. Are you super anticipating it? Are you a little bit mixed on it? Or not really? I would love to hear what your thoughts on the movie about it before it comes out down below and see. But as we said, so this is also one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I rewatched the trilogy recently, and I love that first movie a lot. It's fantastic. It's iconic. It does a lot of things very well. And I wasn't really a big fan of the sequels, just like many of you probably are, and especially the third one. So when they were announced this movie, I just remembered being mixed on it because I was wondering what would they do story-wise for it. And so far, it's intriguing, very intriguing. There's a lot of stuff about it. They're bringing back Neo and Trinity, which is awesome. Still curious to see how they're going to do that after Revolutions. And they did show a lot of new footage here, and they look awesome. Visuals look really great in it so far, and I love just how the action sequences we've seen in the trailer looks, and plus Keanu Reeves. I love that man. Keanu Reeves is a legend, and it's really awesome to me that he's coming back as Neo, especially Carrie-Anne Moss, who's coming back as Trinity. And so this is interesting, and I like that we got to see Buzz cut Neo again. I never thought we were going to see that again, but thankfully we are. And he looks awesome, especially in his look. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do in this movie, especially as it's Keanu Reeves. And Trinity is an interesting case because I hated how they killed her off in Revolutions and what they did with her in that movie. So I was really just wondering how will she fit into this narrative? It looks like the trailer gives us a sort of idea for how, but I'm still wondering exactly what will happen with that part. And looking at the trailer, it's still giving me the vibe that Neo is still the one here, not somebody else again. I will watch this trailer more times after this for sure, and I think maybe the movie's probably going to do a twist on it, maybe, but right now it still looks like Neo is still the one here, because in Reloaded, how the architect says that there have been plenty of other Matrixes before this, there have been more versions of the one, and I wonder with this movie is it going to be Neo again, or is it going to be somebody else? And the trailer is still making me think it's Neo, and they're making it look like it's still him. But there's a point in the trailer where, you know, he and Trinity touched hands. So I have a feeling that maybe there's a twist on it that we were going to have to just wait and see. And Jonathan Groff, they just confirmed here that he is Agent Smith. And I knew it because they wanted to get Hugo Weaving back, but they couldn't, unless there's a twist with that. But I had a feeling that looking at the cast, that meant Agent Smith was going to be somebody in this. One of these cast members is going to be Smith. And I had a feeling it was Jonathan Groff, and he probably looks the most like the part and all that. And especially in the trailer where he says Mr. Anderson, chills, literal chills. Very iconic line that Hugo Weaving perfected in the trilogy. And I think it's cool that they actually did that in this movie, but in the trailer actually. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing Jonathan Groff as Smith in this movie because Hugo Weaving was fantastic in the role. So it makes me curious to see what will this Smith be like. Will this be just another version of Smith, not like the one you knew in the trilogy, or is this just something else? We're just gonna have to wait and see. And Niobe's back. Looks a lot older, and it looks like Sati's in this movie as well, and I have a feeling there are also Sati is something like the new Oracle, which I feel like is probably the case here, and it looks like that's true from what I'm seeing in the trailer. And Morpheus, I'm really looking forward to seeing Yahya as Morpheus. I think he's a great person to bring in instead of for this role, because they didn't get Lawrence Fishburne back for this. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the scenes with him in this movie as well, and that they're going to have to get Neo to reopen his eyes and remember who he was before, because this is a dangerous new Matrix. This is also very different. Stakes are just crazy, and just seeing Neo have to remember who he was and what his purpose is, and that Neo's going to have to make another choice here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing just what the story is for this movie and just what's going to happen. And the action sequence looks great. They look awesome, especially with Jessica Henwick, whose character's name is Bugs, if I'm not mistaken. So they look great. And yeah, overall, this movie is very intriguing because it comes out in a few weeks. We don't know too much about it. On one hand, it does feel like the trailers feel vague, but on the other hand, it feels like you already know so much. But yeah, really looking forward to the movie. I love the trailers so far, and I like that we're getting to see Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back. I'm still just hoping, I'm really hoping this movie does really well, because again, was not a fan of this last movie at all, and I'm really hoping this one's a really great movie. I hope it's better than the recent one, maybe even Reloaded as well. But yeah, so far it looks good. Really interested in seeing where they're going to go with this movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they bring back Neo and Trinity. And it does confirm that it looks like the machines after Revolutions are trying to revive Neo, and I think that makes sense, because they do have his body by the end of the trilogy. And also noting how apparently the war's back again, even though there is the video game Matrix Online. And I think the game is canon, because then they'll also have to confirm why Morpheus isn't Lawrence Fishburne here when they have Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back. And just the fact that, yeah, the war's back on, especially with how Revolutions ended. So really intriguing stuff. I love what we saw at the trailer. Looks great, especially Neo and Trinity, their relationship, and especially them trying to get back together in this movie, with, despite the circumstances, with Neo trying to remember, them both not remembering who they both were, and just all that. Really looking forward to seeing how that is handled in Resurrections. So far, I'm loving what I'm seeing. The trailers are awesome. The visuals look great. The action is great. And even the score sounds good as well, even though it's not Don Davis doing it. But I'm really looking forward to hearing the score for this movie. And just in general, yeah, I like what I'm seeing. The movie looks great. This could be my favorite Matrix movie since the original. I'm really looking forward to seeing, really curious to see how are they going to continue these characters' story, especially after the sequel. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do. So far, I'm really interested in seeing what Lana Wachowski is going to do. So it's a very intriguing movie so far. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I thought seeing the characters again in here looks great. A lot of new stuff. The stuff we got before looks awesome here. Visually, it looks great. The action looks awesome. And it looks like it's going to bring back some of the things I love about that first movie that I felt were discarded from the sequels. So really looking forward to that. And I hope you guys like this trailer. And I hope you guys are excited for this movie. And I hope you guys will go see The Matrix Resurrections on December 22nd in theaters and on HBO Max. So thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And stay tuned for more.
Is it a dream?